Hello students. Here we have problems based on rectangular lamina in the projection of planes. We have a set of problems which are typical with respect to the conditions what they specify in the problem. Okay, a totally different kind of problems. So in this video, what we'll do here is we'll take up the easiest one first. Okay, then we will see like how there will be a twist, okay, or maybe some uh, modification in the data what exactly they are going to provide. The first one simple is we say we'll just go with the problem number 12. So what it says here is there is a rectangular lamina which is of 20 by 30 rests on HP on one of its long edges. Okay, so whenever we come across the planes other than rectangle, we come across, we will decide whether it will be resting on HP or VP with respect to the edge or a corner. But when it comes to the rectangle, here we don't specify with the corner, but we will specify with the two properties of a rectangle where we'll identify that one with either a longer edge or maybe a shorter edge, okay, which we'll see in the next coming problem. Okay, so here we will specify it is resting on one of its longer edge on the HP. So as already we have discussed the thing, whenever we look into that word HP, so we will write it is HP, HP and VP. Okay, so this is what exactly the things normally we do when it comes to the understanding the projection of planes. Okay, so once it is resting on HP, we write HP, HP and VP. Okay. So what the next thing is the E says, right, now it is resting on one of its a longer edge, we say longer edge. Okay, so either it should be resting on the shorter edge or maybe the longer edge in the projection of uh, rectangular lamina. Okay, so we'll say it is resting on one of its longer edge. Then we need to look for a word which is with respect to the HP and with respect to the VP. And clearly he mentions here it is with respect to the HP, okay, it's a 45 degree, and with respect to the VP, it is a 30 degree. Okay, so what is inclined to the HP? It is a plane itself. So we'll write here it is the plane surface itself is inclined at an angle of how much we will say 45 degree. So that is the second position normally. Okay, so what is the third position he says? So the edge on which states, again it is similar to the first category. We said the resting edge will be inclined at an angle of 30 degree to the VP. So we'll say it is a resting edge at an angle of 30 degree. Okay, so these are things which are required. This we have told it many a times whenever we come across problems in a drawing. Okay, that's especially in a CAD. The first thing is you need to look for where exactly it is resting, and we need to ask ourselves like, okay, on HP means either it's a rest on edge or a corner, but when it comes to the rectangle, either it is a longer edge or maybe the shorter edge. Then it is HP. Then we'll have a plane and a surface is inclined. Then with respect to the VP, we will have a resting edge which is inclined at 30 degree. Okay, so as we move on here, so to start with the problem, we will take up a line. Okay, we'll drop it here with the X and the Y. Okay, so now here we have a command to construct a rectangle. So here the length of that one they have given 20 by 30. So we'll enter here 20, enter 30, enter 0, enter. Okay, so we'll get it like this. Okay, now make this rectangle visible, that is 0.5. Okay, and it is resting on one of its longer edge. So longer edge should lie left side to you and it should be perpendicular to the xy line. So that is the condition. So condition is satisfied. So we'll just zoom this much of area. The very first thing is we said you go to the dimension. First is to check the dimension, then we'll do the naming here. Okay, so now once it is done, we'll take the projection with the point 1 3 line till the xy line, and from here till the xy line, and it looks like a line in the front, so we drop it as a one a line. And this naming, as we already know, when you see from the front view, a dash will be visible, b dash will be invisible, and similarly here t dash will be visible, c dash will be invisible. So for a better thing, I said you just move the naming little bit above so that it will be easy for us to move the line. So next, the surface itself is inclined means, so we'll select this line, we'll go to the move command, copy, or from the left end we'll move to here. Okay, then we'll rotate in such a way that whatever the given angle is a 45 degree, so left hand, then right hand, it is 45 degree. Enter. Copy should be off. Click here. Okay, then the first thing is naming, and the second thing is dimension, angle between, okay, 45. So now that one is done. Again, we'll take a projections here with the point 1 3 line. The first is A, the first is a B here, take a B, and it will be A, similarly. Okay. So again something is wrong with the horizontal line. We'll take up a line from here, join till here, line, then take up a line, join till here. Okay, so we should be careful when it comes to the connecting the lines. If not, things may go wrong. Okay, so this is how exactly we can do. And when it comes to the bottom line, we'll then copy the name, okay. So ultimately in the third position, what it is, the resting edge is inclined. So resting edge is AB. So we'll copy the rectangle first. We'll move it here. Now the relation between the resting edge, that is this edge, and XY line is 90 degree, but we need it as a 30 degree. So whenever we do, okay, with a vertical line here, top and bottom edge, so we'll enter 90 minus of 30, enter. Okay, so we can check it out now. The angle between this line and this line is a 30 degree. Okay, so when that one is done, the next thing will be, so move the naming here, A, okay. So then again projecting upward in order to get the front view of this one till the xy line, till the xy line. C is here, and D will be again on this line. Then change the line thickness to the 0.5 and join these things. Okay, so we'll get the required view of the rectangle. Okay, so then we'll copy these names As already we told many a times, we are doing a front view naming here, and we should have a dash there. Okay, so for that one, you just go back here, put a one dash, and better you move this one to the each. You can just go to the zoom area, zoom this part, and place it properly. That's how exactly easily you can finish up the problem. Okay, so that's how exactly we can go with the problem number 12. So what it says here, there's a rectangle resting on longer edge. The surface is inclined at 45 degree to the edge. Then the resting edge is inclined at 30 degree to the VP. And if you move further, like if you take up a problem number 14, okay, what it says here, uh, okay, why we are taking it in a single video, because all these things are related to each other. Okay, so a rectangular lamina 30 by 35 by 20 rests on HP, one of its shorter edge. That means here we add a longer edge, so here it is a shorter edge. The lamina is rotated about the edge on which it rests till it appears as a square in the top view. Okay, so means that they have not mentioned the inclination, but they have mentioned like how it is visible in the top view. The edge on which it rests is inclined at 30 degree to the VP. So that will come in the third position. Now what is the second position? Okay, so when you look for this problem, so this is exactly, it is resting on the edge. So now here it is a longer edge, but in that problem it's a shorter edge. So here they have mentioned the inclination, and we found out like how it is visible in the top view. But in the problem number 14, we will give the top view, how it is visible in the top view, and we need to find out the inclination. So how much is the inclination to get the top view? So in that case, normally how we proceed here is, the first is we will have the rectangle, okay, with a shorter edge resting on the shorter edge. So we'll take up 20 by 35 by 0. Okay, now it is longer edge. So we'll go it in a reverse way. 35, enter, 20, enter, 0, enter. Got a resting on the shorter edge. Okay, so we'll go to a smart dimension. Okay. So then we'll go with the naming. So let's copy from here. So we'll do the naming here. Okay, and this one is done. So we'll say like how it is visible in the front view. Looks like a line. We'll take up this and we'll mark it 0.5. And the naming, let's copy from here. That's fine. Okay. So now important thing is now how exactly in the second position. The second position, they asked us to find the inclination. So now always we need to remember here is the resting edge is AB. So this is AB. It will be on the XY line. And now normally what we do here is, so whenever we take up this line, this end is on the XY line and this end will be moved up for any inclination in order to get the top view. Okay, but here in the problem he says in the top view it looks like a square of 20. So square of 20. Okay, so this is how exactly it is visible in the top view. So top view will be in line with this rectangle itself. You can go with the alignment indicator and you can just move it here and you can place. Okay, so this is how exactly it is visible. You can just drop with a thin lines like this. Okay, normally we used to get it, okay, with the alignment indicator. So the naming will again remain same. Okay, so now when we come across with the inclination, so this line, okay, AB will be till the XY line because from where it is rotated, and one more line from the CD will be somewhere, but the CD will be lying on this line, but we don't know where exactly. Okay, but we know the length of this one. The same line is rotated, so we can go with the arc by center point. Okay, so this as a reference point, and this line that is 35 mm. Okay, so we can cut an arc on this line. Okay, so we can go to the trim and trim of these lines. So if I join this line to this line, so that will give the inclination in the front view. Okay, let's measure the angle between this and this is a 55 degrees. I hope it's clear. That means, see, in the previous problem, we used to see the inclination and we used to find like how it is visible in the top view. But in this problem, the top view they have given, in the top view it appears like a square and we need to find the inclination. So how we need to go it in a reverse way. First we need to draw the square and we need to remember like always the resting edge will be on the XY line. From that point it is tilted. Then the one more point will be lifted out. Okay, how much is lifted out? That we can find using the length of this one. Okay, then the final position again will be the resting edge. The resting edge means it's a AB will be inclined at an angle of 30 degree to the VP. 30 degree means so we'll rotate this one. Okay, so same here, left top and left bottom. Enter 90 minus 30. Okay. So then angle between this line and this line will be 30 degree. So now rest and all will remain as it is. Like we'll take up our name here and we'll go with the projections with the alignment indicator. A will be till XY line, B till XY line, C till here, D will be till this point. Now change it to the 0.5 thickness and join. Should be careful while selecting the points. So that's how exactly we can finish up the problem. Again, this one, the name and the dash. So that's how exactly we can finish up the problem number 14. Okay, that means like it looks like a square in the top view. And if you see similarly with the number 18, okay, you can see there is a one again rectangle, shorter edge in VP. In VP means like it is this whatever the rectangle will be shifted here. Okay, the VP means it will be visible in the front view. Now then what we can see, uh, the edge is inclined at an angle of 40 degree to the VP. That means whenever we look for a VP, okay, resting on VP condition, so then this whatever our formula will change it to the VP, VP and HP. Okay, so that first means shorter edge in the VP. So we need to find what is inclination with the VP. Then it will be inclination with the HP. That's what they have mentioned. It is resting at an angle of 40 degrees. The resting edge is inclined 40 degrees to the HP. So draw the top view. If the front view is a square of side, that means here in this problem we have taken the top view as a square, and here we need to take up a square in the front view. Then we need to repeat the same method. You can just give a try. Not able to do that one, you can ask for the video and upload it once. That means like if whenever you look for these rectangular lamina, you should be careful like whether it is resting on a shorter or on the longer edge, and what is inclined. Okay, if not inclination, how to find the inclination, you can just go one by one.